Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Leading Daily. I'm your host Quincy Jackson, and I'm excited to have you with me again on this beautiful day. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you are doing fantastic. And as always, we're here to bring you some excellent content to help you not only increase your impact, but increase your ability to lead people at a more effective level. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about when to know that you should yield the floor to experts. Okay, I was listening to one of the leaders that I actually follow. His name is Ryan Holiday. You can actually go out and look at him in your YouTube. You can search for him online. He's written, I believe, 12 books. But I've actually started to follow his Daily Stoic Leadership YouTube channel, and it's giving me a lot of insights and things that I can do better. And I wanted to share one of those concepts with you on today. So, all leaders know how to yield the floor to experts, how to ask searching questions, and how to take feedback and use advice. I have never met a very successful person or leader who did not listen very well. All right, I will say that again. I have never met a successful person or leader who did not listen very well. In fact, listening is like one of the main courses that I actually teach and coach people on, because most people believe they're listening just because they're not speaking, when actually they are silently thinking and formulating their next response. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not listening. There are many different ways you can test your listening ability and skills, but for right now, I just want you to ask yourself the question, or a few questions. Let's go with three. I'll give you three solid questions that you can ask yourself to make sure that you are listening intently and on purpose, and not just formulating your response and until the person stops speaking. Okay. So the first thing you want to make sure is your body language is in the right position. Okay, if your arms are folded, if your legs are crossed, if you're not on the edge of your seat, or at least sitting up in a way that demonstrates to the person that you're speaking to that you're listening, then you probably aren't listening at all. So make sure that you are checking your body language at the door and putting yourself in a posture position to be open to listening to whatever it is that you're listening to, or whoever it is that you're listening to. Second is, if you're not the expert in that subject and you are listening to the expert, stop putting yourself in the mind frame that apparently this person doesn't know what they're talking about, or not believing that this person knows what they're talking about. Okay, not everyone is an expert, and I'm not trying to say that at all. You might even say, well, Quincy is probably not an expert in this subject of leadership, but I've chosen to give information and insight about it because I believe that I have valuable ideas and valuable experience and wisdom in this subject that can help people. And so I've decided to take that route, and I hope that you are positively impacted by that. But what you want to do is keep your mind open to the fact that, hey, I wouldn't be listening to somebody on a subject if I wasn't at least interested enough to I wouldn't be listening to somebody on a subject if I didn't feel it was could help me in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Now, a lot of the information that you actually get in life is not always going to be information, or all of the information. You're not going to be able to apply it right away. That's your job as a leader, to know how to discern from information that you get and how you can go out and apply that information in whatever way is going to help you improve and become a better leader for those that need you. Okay. So what I would encourage you to do is always make sure that you are gleaning what you need from certain people in a way that makes you not only empowered to take the action that you need to become successful, but you can get the progress that you need and go in the direction that you're trying to go. Okay. And the last thing I would say is make sure that when you are getting feedback directly about actions that you can take and things that you can do, make sure that you are moving on that action and that feedback right away, so that you can start getting progress. You can get that experience, which is going to increase the wisdom that you have and that you gain as a result of taking that action. So that's just one subject I've actually, oh, excuse me, that's just a tidbit that I wanted to share with you in this particular video. Make sure that you are yielding the floor to experts when the expert is putting themselves in a position to share information, share knowledge, share their experiences. I've also heard someone say that very successful leaders, and not just anybody in the industry, but you can do this in practically any industry, they learn from other people's experiences so that they can cut their learning curve down dramatically and get progress quickly. So I encourage you to do the exact same thing. It makes no sense to have thousands and thousands of books written, thousands of people speaking on the subject, communicating on the subject, to not take the information and go forward with it. I think I heard somebody once say that we're no longer in the information age, we're in the wisdom age. And so, although there's a lot of information, people speaking about different subjects, especially even this one, they may not necessarily be the experts, the highest level experts in their field, but the information you can gather and apply grants you wisdom, which in your own experience you use, and therefore it makes a greater impact in the lives of those around you, and especially the people that you lead. So I hope this video impacted you. I hope it touched you. Make sure you're always yielding the floor to experts when necessary. Also listening to the advice that you get and taking action on that advice. And if you like this video and if something stood out to you, let me know in the comments below. What do you think you can do better as it relates to taking advice and yielding the floor to experts, and not always trying to be the one that's speaking up when necessarily it's not necessary, and when you can learn to just be quiet and listen. So if you really like this video, I would ask that you do share it with your social network and if your family members, your friends, because I just want to impact as many people as I can, and I know you want to impact as many people as you can as well. But I also encourage you to let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we ask that you do subscribe. We love so you can be in the position to get ready for the next video that comes out soon. And as always, stay awesome, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Later.